Welcome to another video on my monorail built with fischertechnik and controlled by a BeagleBoard right here and fischertechnik rubber interface, which is hidden behind the carriage. As you can see, and if you have watched my previous videos, the screen is a bit different than it used to be. Still terminal and decoder in the VNC desktop, but since I have another second camera pointed to an oscilloscope, I have decided to rearrange all views. So this is the camera you will always see. This is the serial terminal connected to the BeagleBoard. So if, like last time, there is some delay for some reason, I will see it in here, hopefully. And yes, oscilloscope, which is actually also a measuring device. So let's see whatever we can get from it. Right now, whenever I try to measure something, right now there is nothing to be measured, as you can see on the oscilloscope. So let's start the program, and then I need this one, and I did something I haven't done before, but just for example, because you will notice there are no propellers, but look at the oscilloscope. I hope you can see it. I think there's too much light inside. I need to change the angle of the camera, I'm afraid, because I can see a very clear distorted signal. This mask gives a very broad band, and power gives some very quick vibration. So let me stop the program and actually add the propellers to it. So accidents can always happen. Incidents as well. So now the propellers are applied. And it is quite heavy, by the way. Alright, that's also correct now. Everything straightened, I hope. Let me remove the backlight here. See if that solves a problem. Does it solve the problem enough? Let's start the program again. Now things work. And now it looks like things have changed. I just can't figure out how exactly. is, oh, this is interesting. If you look at right here, it says period, frequency, rise and width. And that goes very fast. And I have to be honest, no idea what it really actually is. What is this kind of signal? Here I measure no frequency at all, just a broad band right up in the screen, which is right up here. And I can't see this, of course, with an ordinary multimeter. So this is very interesting for me as well, what it actually is. This makes me very curious. Another thing that makes me very curious is that the carriage doesn't move at all. So let me change to the ordinary camera to get a straight view on the whole thing. Or yeah. Now it does. Now it runs at half frequency. Let's measure again. No real frequency, so no, I'm clueless about that. Alright, over to camera view. So, with everything running, well, hopefully, there's a new question with the oscilloscope, but also it has stopped running. And now it runs again, but with a very small contacts both here and here, I would have expected a situation like this. Running fast. Instead it's running, well, not fast enough anyway. But it may come to this friction. I hope you can see what happens. I squeeze it a bit, which is exactly the same like I did last time. I also look for sparks, but I don't see those. Yeah, I do. I do see sparks. Primarily here with the ground rod. And now the contact resistance is too much. Yeah, I really don't know what happens. I can easily shift this around, shake this around, but that's not what it. This gives good contact, but too much resistance. And let me measure a bit, because this makes me curious, but how to measure it and where. Alright, let me do it this way then. Adding weight to it. But now I'm way too curious what's going on, because now it doesn't do anything anymore. Ah, that is why. The connector is off. Yeah. Anything else that I need to pay attention to? So why doesn't it do anything now? Alright, this is really strange. Do I have power at all? Again, a measurement. I see nothing on the oscilloscope, and here I see nothing on the oscilloscope. Alright. Now, I already see what's happening. Well, on the BeagleBoard everything is fine, but on the controller, this LED flashes and this goes back and forth, which means that the connection with the control with the BeagleBoard is lost. So that's not good. I have to see on screen what's going on. Ouch. So I've lost contact between the BeagleBoard and the controller. The question is, does this do anything? Yes. Can I? Yes. Right. Error in USB release interface. Sure. It works. As simple as that. And it runs. Then the question is, what's the power? So right now I am touching the ground rod. Oops. Okay, I should do the same here. So what's the matter? Nothing here. Something here. That's not what I'm looking for. Alright. So here is something clearly wrong. Oh, no. A little bit back. Right. I'm lifting it now, but it doesn't go any further. Now it should go any further. There it goes again. Here is a problem. A construction problem of the rails. Yeah, only a matter of time. So, putting it back on. Alright, it can't go further. Let's see whatever happens. It runs, kind of. High speed, well, in propeller anyway. Measuring on the oscilloscope again. I wonder what that is. I see now real digits on frequency. Here I see a little, very little change. But by far not enough to draw any conclusion so far. What if I change channel? Just an experiment. This one off and this one on. Very little change. And here's something I can't yet explain. Unless it has something to do with not being grounded. But then again, how to ground it? Very good question. Alright, let's squeeze it again. Well, it gains some power, but it doesn't gain speed. I don't like that. So, what is going on actually? Is it too much resistance? Is it too much current? Voltage too low? Getting too low? Because of the reduced contact? I have to think about this. Alright, the next experiment is involving the oscilloscope, and what I want to do is, with the probe connected to the power rod, see how the image on the oscilloscope is. Now the power should be 9 volts, and here is a grid on screen, and there are 0, 1, 2, 3. Actually, because it is 5 volts, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20 volts. And if you look here, it's doing nothing. And because that line that I showed you on the oscilloscope is 0 volts, I have to look once again at the controller and notice that this LED, these LEDs are changing, and this one. So once again communication is down. So what I have to do now is once again check for the connection and for the program. So let's do that. Well, on the serial terminal I can just press enter. But in the VNC I can't do a thing. So I need to unfortunately check on whatever is happening on the controller board, the BeagleBoard. So with this situation, well, physically set for the experiment, the software is letting me down. So let's go back to the terminal. And in terminal I see that this is not working. Ctrl C, so I have to go here. What is going where? Ah! Now it just suddenly breaks. So, a simple thing to do. Start the software. That works in itself. But now I have to, and that will be hard to see from the camera, I'm touching the probe which I attached earlier, and now if you see the oscilloscope, that is at 9 volts. And it stays at 9 volts. And, well, not always, by the way, because you see the line at the 0 level, and I'm just slowly moving the carriage. And the point is that each probe has ground crocodile beak, and now it is connected to the ground. It wasn't earlier. But once again, if you look at how it all shows on the oscilloscope, you see it is not very stable. Slowly moving it. Now it's running very fast, and now it has lost connection with the ground probe, but for now I don't mind. You can see how the voltage, and this is odd because now it is running at full speed, and you see what the oscilloscope shows. So I'm not quite sure what to think of it, to be honest. So let me connect the crocodile beak to the ground again. Oops. My camera setting, etc. Alright. And once again it has lost its connection. Because the LEDs are blinking again. So there we go, 9 volts. And I still don't get it. Now it shows 10 volts. Or so, yeah, or something. And yet the speed is not constant at all. So let me loose the probe and go back to squeezing it. And this is way too easy to lose. Well, now the oscilloscope is disconnected. There you go again. Anyway, this sounds some. This shows some strange things, and I don't know why it is. The voltage is more or less constant, 9 volts, and yet the motor doesn't always run at 9 volts at full speed. Well, although that's something else, of course. There are pulse modulation motors. So is there something that I should take care of? Good question. Very good question. Alright, my last idea of measurement in volts was actually quite a good idea, because when I look at this code, setting all this, I am setting speed by using pulse modulation, because that is what it all about. Constant voltage, pulse modulation has duty cycle. So what do I have here on this scope image? Duty cycles. The only thing that I should try to master with this is then how to find the duty cycle. And so far it is a brand new device and I should get a better understanding of it. Right here in top it says D is 3.9 microseconds, and if that is the duty cycle, then I have a very huge frequency, which I kind of doubt. So that is the current situation. So if I move it back and forth, what is the measurement? Well, actually I have no idea. I can't see it because I don't see a clear duty cycle on screen. Whenever I do something like this, oops, no, here you can see something, but I doubt that that is what I am looking for. So there is still to find out, but promising to find out how this how the moving back and forth of this carriage is influencing the pulse modulation, because that way is the only thing I can think of why it works or doesn't work. And once I can find out, maybe I can solve this. How to proceed? Well, first of all, getting to know the oscilloscope better, and then finding out about how the duty cycle behaves when I move it back and forth, because this output in this terminal is obviously not going to help. It just shows what the current situation is and nothing about any voltage or current or resistance or duty cycle. Then again, why does the BeagleBoard, situated here, connected to the robo interface by a USB cable, lose contact? Happened twice, and I have no clue why. So, enough once again to find out. That is going to be next time. So, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that, YouTube channel that is. If you don't want that and have a Twitter account, please, you can also follow me on Twitter. You can also follow me on Instagram. Please donate to keep the videos coming your way. For more information, please see my website. Also lots of pictures on my website and way more videos. And this is going to be continued, obviously. So bye bye.